Well, Jensen, this is all happening at a time that the U.S. military is increasingly in need of AI chips as well. And I mean, here we are in the middle of a war, and I know that many of the rescues and the Operation Epic Fury is relying on AI-enabled surveillance, satellite imagery, drones, signal processing, high-performance computing systems, where you're number one. So tell me a little about that. Without giving us any secrets, obviously, Jensen, about this great nation, can you talk to us a little about, for example, when we were locating that missing officer in the mountainous terrain of Iran, how Nvidia chips were actually critical in that regard in terms of surveillance and finding our man?
Well, we do a lot of work in imaging, and most of the world's radar systems and imaging systems has NVIDIA chips in it, and we're just incredibly honored and to be able to support our nation. Recently, you might have seen an announcement where the Department of War has access to NVIDIA's technology, so that our technology is completely open source, so that it could be modified and enhanced for the applications of our military, and we have great partnerships across the ecosystem of contractors and technology companies that service the national securities organizations around in our country, and so it's a great honor for us to be able to do that. And so technology matters in the future of national security, and we're delighted to be part of that.
On May 20th, Nvidia posted fiscal 2027 Q1 earnings that exceeded expectations on both the top and bottom lines. Revenue of $81.6 billion beat forecasts of $78.8 billion, while earnings per share of $1.87 above the projected $1.76. However, the stock price did not respond positively. When you're a $5 trillion firm, it's more tough to impress investors. The stock price has risen about 1,400% in the last 5 years, and many investors question if the best days are behind them. That response is dependent on a number of factors, including expectations for investment time horizons. An overcrowded arena. With its powerful CPUs, Nvidia has represented the investable possibility in artificial intelligence, AI. That market, however, is growing more congested as corporations seek to reduce their reliance on the dominating chipmaker. Nvidia's own customers in the big tech space, such as Meta Platforms, are designing custom chips. It is also facing increased rivalry in the application-specific integrated circuit, ASIC, chip sector. These chips are intended to accomplish specialized functions. Cerebras Systems, which focuses on ASICs, went public in May. It remains a solid firm. Despite growing competition, Nvidia maintains financial strength. Its gross margin was 75% in the first quarter, demonstrating significant pricing power. It is also increasing its dividend per share from $0.01 to $0.25 and approving $80 billion in share buybacks, indicating that it has lots of cash. Nvidia also has the opportunity to integrate AI software into hardware that interacts with the actual world, a concept known as physical AI. Examples include semiconductors that can power self-driving cars and robots. Anyone expecting Nvidia to climb rapidly following each earnings report, or expecting the business to deliver another 1,000% gain or more over the next 5 years, is going to be disappointed. In contrast, anyone who intends to own this stock for a decade or more can still make significant returns, as Nvidia seeks to preserve its position as a leader in the AI chip market. Although Nvidia may be the world's most valuable corporation, I believe the stock has a lot of opportunity to grow. The market may have come to anticipate a lot from Nvidia, but the company still has a significant growth runway ahead of it, and I believe it is one of the greatest buys right now. I have 3 reasons why Nvidia's stock can continue to rise, and they all add up to make it a great buy right now. 1. Vera Rubin is yet to receive revenue. Nvidia introduces a new chip architecture every few years. The improvements from one generation to the next are tremendous, and this is exactly what we will witness when the Vera Rubin architecture is applied to replace the present Blackwell technology. Rubin chips can run inference at 1/10 of the cost of an equivalent Blackwell chip, and training at 1/4. That is a significant update that will enable new AI capabilities that we have not seen before. While Nvidia has hyped the debut, the platform has generated no income. However, Vera Rubin chips will begin selling in the third quarter of this year, potentially opening up a new revenue stream for Nvidia. Nvidia has a lot more ahead of it, which makes me optimistic as an investment. 2. The data center build-out trend is expected to continue for many years. Doubts regarding the duration of the data center build-out may be preventing investors from proceeding. After all, the data center sector accounted for $75.2 billion of Nvidia's $81.6 billion in Q1 revenue, an 85% increase year-on-year. That is a significant concentration, but when this area of the business is thriving, Nvidia would be foolish not to pursue it on a large scale. Although data center spending is expected to fall in the future, we aren't there yet. Alphabet, one of Nvidia's top clients, has already informed investors that its capital expenditures in 2027 will be significantly higher than in 2026. That demonstrates that the AI build-out will go at least until 2027, but Nvidia believes there will be considerably more to come. During its first quarter earnings conference call, Nvidia stated that hyperscaler capital expenditures will approach $1 trillion by 2027. By 2030, that sum might increase to $3 trillion to $4 trillion. That speaks well for Nvidia, and if it happens, the company will grow significantly. 3. The market does not anticipate any growth after this year. Right now, Nvidia is trading at about 27 times forward earnings. That means that as long as Nvidia meets growth predictions, which it has a long track record of exceeding, it will trade at a modest 27 times trailing earnings, assuming the stock price remains constant. However, with big growth estimates like the one Nvidia provided for 2027 capital expenditures, as well as revenue increases from Vera Rubin, I believe it is safe to conclude that 2027 will be another year of amazing growth for Nvidia. Even if Nvidia's growth slows to about 50% year-on-year, owning a stock that trades at 27 times profits and grows at that rate is a no-brainer. The market is typically short-sighted, caring mainly about the coming year. By purchasing Nvidia stock now, you are joining a multi-year upward trajectory. I wasn't surprised to learn that the company once again outperformed Wall Street predictions while also exceeding its own internal guidance. After all, the rest of the IT industry, including many of Nvidia's top clients, has already reported earnings. The primary takeaway from these papers was that investment in AI infrastructure is increasing. This is a positive indicator for Nvidia's main data center business. I certainly did not expect the firm to announce an additional $80 billion in stock repurchase authorization. Let's look at what a stock buyback reveals about management's perspective on the present AI capex supercycle. Why do corporations purchase back their stock? If management believes the company's stock is trading below its intrinsic value, it may decide to use excess capital to buy back shares. Furthermore, buybacks frequently demonstrate management's belief in the company's capacity to maintain strong growth. Rather than hoard cash or make risky acquisitions, corporations can return capital to shareholders when they are confident in future revenue and profit growth. In Nvidia's situation, with significant free cash flow and unrelenting chip demand from hyperscalers, such shareholder reward schemes highlight management's confidence that the company's trajectory exceeds current market pricing. What is Nvidia's share repurchase history like? In August 2023, the corporation authorized a $25 billion buyback that will not expire. Notably, this was an increase to a previous buyback scheme. Exactly a year later, Nvidia approved another $50 billion stock repurchase program. This was followed by the announcement of an additional $60 billion in buybacks for August 2025. During fiscal 2026, ending January 25th, Nvidia returned more than $41.1 billion to shareholders through a combination of buybacks and dividends. With $38.5 billion remained under the previous buyback program into the latest quarter, Nvidia's board of directors approved an additional $80 billion in share repurchases without expiration. A forward price-to-earnings (PE) analysis explains why Nvidia's recent buyback may be well-timed. With Nvidia currently selling at 25 times projected earnings for next year, its multiple appears to be fairly modest in comparison to the premiums it obtained throughout similar expansion spurts during the AI revolution. I believe this discount is the result of a number of underappreciated triggers outside of the core data center GPU business. As organizations use AI at scale, inference workloads are rising, requiring more compute resources in addition to Nvidia's GPUs. Additionally, agentic AI marks a new frontier. Autonomous agents require massive inference cycles and CPU horsepower, resulting in tiered demand that complements Nvidia's training GPUs. As hyperscalers incorporate CPUs, such as Nvidia's Vera architecture, with current GPU clusters, the company might become a prominent provider in hybrid GPU-CPU systems. At the end of the day, Nvidia's new buyback represents more than a basic capital return scheme. It's a significant vote of confidence that the stock's growth trajectory will accelerate as the AI infrastructure age begins. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.